Week 14 has come and gone, but apparently my Week 13 bad luck has decided to stick around. Was I lucky enough to have MJD, Mr. 4 touchdowns in my lineup? Nope. Did I grab the Jags defense? Didn't do that either, and I even missed out on Gronkowski this week, which is a given, a guy I should always have in my lineup, a guy you have to spend the dough on if you want to win. I actually took him out because I needed to make space for a guy I thought was going to kill it and become a version of his first half self of this season, Mr. Calvin Johnson, or as I like to call him this week, Minitron. Now, before you start yelling at me and telling me that his production's been declining in the second half and then he's too expensive in salary cap challenges, look, I know that. I'm no fool. I know he hasn't had a 100-yard rushing game since Week 8. He's only had 1 touchdown since that same game against Denver. I get it, but he's had some tougher matchups. In this one against the Vikings, I thought he was going to come out and explode, and instead, he was held to 3 carries for 29 yards. Absolutely dismal, shouldn't have done it. But do I blame him? No. Mega, I love you. You've gotten me this far this season. Who do I blame? Matthew Stafford. Sure, Stafford's helped lots of us get into our fantasy playoffs, and he is a great quarterback, but if you want to be a stud quarterback, one of those top guys, you've got to find a way to get that ball to your stud receiver. It makes sense, and what doesn't make sense is targeting that stud receiver, Megatron, 4 times in 1 game. You only gave him the ball 4 times, and you've got to do a better job at that so I can get fantasy points, because really, that's all that really matters. Now, I know it sounds like I'm placing a lot of blame on a lot of different components, the luck and the players. It is my fault. I had a dismal outing. That's 2 weeks in a row, but part of it is because you guys really brought it. Now, in my K-Boom head-to-head leagues, I had 10 of them. I only won 30% of them. That means 7 out of 10 of you guys beat me, and job well done. But how about my draft day free roll where I didn't even come in the top 50% because you guys killed me? Now, partially that's because I did draft Trash Shillings and, had some luck with him in Week 13 that I pretty much should have banked on not carrying over to Week 14, but it was partially hilarious, and if it worked out, it would have been awesome. That aside, Shortwell, the guy who won it all, he had 222.7 points. It's absolutely ridiculous. And sure, you had MJD, you had the Jags defense, you had Percy Harvin, but my props to you come from the fact that you had 2 Redskins on your team and this score. Jabbar Gaffney, and under center, you put Rex Grossman into your lineup and did this. So Shortwell, you've got skills, and I hope I get to take you on this week at draftday.com. Couple things to keep your eye on heading towards Week 15. The Niners came out today and they admitted Frank Gore is not 100%. Shocker here. Obviously, not huge news. He was held to 10 carries on Sunday, meaning we know he's not 100%, and that is not the reason I'm steering clear from him this week. He's got an expensive price tag, and he's taking on the Steelers. They have a solid, crazy run defense of late, so I'm not risking it not for the money. Another thing to keep your eye on, the Greg Jennings injury. He's dealing with the ankle sprain that's going to keep him out 2 to 3 weeks, which means for the rest of the fantasy season. Now, what does this mean? Obviously, it's going to help out Jordy Nelson. It's going to help out Jermichael Finley, but a guy I really think you should look at if you want to really go with a cheap option to load up on studs at the other spots is James Jones. Now, I know he didn't really do anything this week, and he hasn't been very impressive, but he's going to see the work, and in this offense, it's always good to go with a guy who's going to see the work and be on the field the rest of the way. That's it from me for now, but keep your eyes peeled on my Facebook page, facebook.com/FanballKAdams. Check there because I've got some games and some great draft day stuff going on, and I'm going to post a video on it later. Check out draftday.com for other cool games. The $5 Frenzy, if you haven't done it yet, totally worth it. Huge payout. So check that out. Keep track of my Facebook page, and you can tweet me at HeyKAdams. And why don't you guys tweet me some good luck? Because I've been saying good luck, everybody, all week, and clearly I need it more than you do. And yeah, I'm gonna be